So hello everybody, it is me, Demetra Can. Sorry if I'm pixeling a little bit. This thing is tripping. I don't know why. So hopefully it'll get its act together soon. But anyway, I'm Demetra Can. I'm sitting here with Donovan, a recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yul Brenner. And it is Demetra Can, where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we are great people, but we strive to do better. Like I said, big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you viewers, but you are family, and sometimes we do share the link. All I ask is, well, I know I'm pixelating here, but if you look like this and I've never seen you on here before, please show me your face. So that I can verify that there's no shenanigans. Now, if you want to go back to that after I see you, and just know that I'm the only one that can see you. Donovan can't see you until I bring you up to the big screen. If you choose to go back to just the picture, that's fine. Again, I just want to make sure there's nothing crazy happening. I also like to say, for us in the comment section, even here on the panel, let's be respectful as we can to one another, as I know sometimes we don't always agree, but it's how we disagree that matters. So today we are going to be talking about Latino Man Says, I think my title is wrong. Latino Man Says, I need to fix it. Black Americans need to wake up regarding the Democrats. And I actually saw this on More Thread News page, and so I hijacked it from her. Hopefully she'll come on here. And so we're going to get into a video from him. Let's see who's on here. I'm telling you, I like this behind the scenes thing. Doe, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Mike, nice. I hope you're well. Troy, what's going on with you? Abdul says, like H. Rap Brown said in the video, the politics of education, the best, bless you, way to keep a man slave is letting him vote and telling him he's free. Absolutely. Avenge the ancestors. How you doing? Yes, indeed. Gregory X, how you doing? And Brother Easy, hope you're doing well. Donovan. Hey, Brother Don, how you doing? What say you, Donovan?
I say welcome back to another eventful Sunday. We know you guys got a lot of options out there, and for you guys to choose to spend an hour and 20 minutes with us, we really do appreciate it. Do us a favor. There's a scrolling banner at the bottom. It says, please donate. You can do it by Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, credit card, check, money order, however you want to do it. It keeps the content creator very active in making these great informative videos and these great discussions. I also want to give a shout out real quick to Roland's Reviews, Your Average Logical Thinker, and Miss Sweet Talks. They're on YouTube. You guys do us a favor, go over there, give them a like, share, and subscribe over there. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News Channel app. You can get it on Google Play, Apple Store. Become a member, same thing. Donate, help the channel go a lot farther. Like, subscribe. They're going to Ethiopia this year. And matter of fact, Brother Phil is running commercials in regards to that. If you guys are kind of interested in going on one of these amazing trips this year, they're going to Ethiopia, the capital city there, as well as some other historical areas within Ethiopia. So if you guys are interested, just check it out, and hopefully we'll see you on the trip.
I was fixing the title, so hopefully it'll correct itself. Sorry about that. So anyway, hello, Thunder. Stephen, again, tell your wife we said hello, and I'm glad that you finally called us. Okay. And Gary Mack, how you doing? DJ Charisma, how you doing? You called a lot. Everybody says they're catching it live. I don't know why people don't get notifications. I guess it's just something that's going on with YouTube. Anita, how you doing? Long time no see. Black America, what's going on with you? Entree, I hope you're well. And Missions Visions, what's going on with you? All right. So for the sake of time, let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, you guys know that it is election season, and we are smack dab in the middle, I guess you could say. Election is going to be November. I don't know, first Tuesday in November is usually what it is. Of course, we know that it is going to be Trump and Biden. Well, we know that the Democrats, and listen, this is not I'm not big upping the Republicans or anything like that, but we know that the Democrats have let Black people down for a very long time. And so a lot of people are trying to ring the alarm and say, hey, Black people, like, y'all really need to be waking up around here, because it's really going to get bad for you. So this particular gentleman that I'm about to play the video is going to tell us. Now, specifically, he mentioned that of Chicago, but he was talking to all of us. So who else came on here before I start the video? Anthony, how you doing? Rodney, what's going on? Tracy, Somali, hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're going to find out. And we the people, what's going on? Legacy tier strategies. I hope you're doing well. So even Latinos got to talk sensitive to blacks. All right, I shouldn't even laugh at that. But y'all ready to see this video? Alonzo, how you doing? And thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you for that. Y'all want to see the video? Okay, let me get it up and popping for you. Hopefully I don't pixel. Let's see here. Hey Craig, how you doing? All right, here we go.
Americans of Chicago, this is directed at you. In a Biden made a while back, he said that the majority in America soon will be Latino. He didn't say black, he didn't say Asian or white or anything. He said Latino. That's why millions and millions of lighter-skinned Latino illegal aliens are being allowed in, and many of them are being sent to black communities so they can slowly start to replace y'all. You need to wake up, man. I'm from Texas. I'm from a border town. I have relatives who are border patrol and who are in law enforcement. They were being given $5,000 upon entry into this country. And as soon as they got to their destination and settled in, they were being given $1,200 a month to $1,400 a month, plus free food stamps, free housing, free medical, free dental, and they even get free college. You can research it. They get free college, illegal aliens, but you get nothing. You get nothing. You need to wake up, man. Stop voting for the Democrats. In some cases, it's already too late. I'm good. I'm Latino, man. I don't have to worry about being replaced. I'm Latino. But you have to wake up. In some cases, it's already too late. Millions of these people will never leave, okay? They will never leave, and the Democrats don't need your vote anymore. They don't need your vote anymore, man. They used you for your vote, and they already got millions of new voters, man, and they don't need you anymore. And I'm telling you, man, you better wake up. You better stop voting Democrat. You better wake up. Latinos for Trump 2024.
All right, so let me go ahead and remove him. Now, I want to say that I want y'all to pay close attention. He did say that he was with Latinos for Trump, basically saying that Latinos are voting for Trump. So let's just get that out of the way and focus on the stuff that he said to us, which I will say right off the bat, I detected no lies at all. As he said, there's a replacement thing going on. Biden did say that when he was president-elect, he was speaking to the Negro leadership, if you will, and when he yelled at them, right, he admonished them, says, y'all better learn how to get along with them. Now, as this gentleman, Texas Roman is his name, he says, listen, I'm going to be fine, right? Because we know that there are a lot of Latinos over here, and depending on where you are, they are the most in population. So he says, I'm good. He also says that there's a lot of them over here and they're not going to go anywhere. And this is not even about them at this point. This is about us, right? Because he talked about all the stuff that they're getting, healthcare, college, money, monthly and all kind of stuff. But they're telling us, Black Americans, well, we don't know when we'll get the money for reparations, right? That's what they're telling us. But repeatedly, he said, wake up. In a lot of cases, he says it's already too late for y'all. They are putting them in Black neighborhoods. And what he said that was so profound is the Democrats don't need you anymore, right? They don't, which is why they're doing the stuff that they're doing. And so it is nonsensical for what he's saying. And I'm saying the same thing. We've all said this, for us to keep showing up to the polls and voting for a party that helps everybody else. Now, I know somebody's going to say, well, the Republicans, that we know that. Okay, even though they are starting to court the Black vote now, that's not traditionally what they do. But the party that we have traditionally voted for have repeatedly showed us that we are not going to do nothing for you. In fact, we want y'all to show up. Biden and Kamala spending millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in advertisement alone, just reaching out to the Black community, telling us all these things that they've done. It's an infrastructure plan, right? The All Lives Matter plan, but they've not said anything specifically that they've done for us. And we heard this man here. He says that he's got family that works on the Texas border and all that. And he knows people in his community who are getting all of those things, but yet they tell you as a Black American, we can't do nothing for you. And those people are coming over here, as his words, not mine. illegally, and they're getting all of that stuff while you, as Black people, me, you, everybody else, Black Americans, are repeatedly being told no. So, Donovan, and I'm going to get to you guys' comments.
Yeah, I'm going to make my comments brief because I'm looking into the comment section, and of course, I'm learning a lot more. I learned from you, Dimitri. There's no doubt about that. But I learned a lot of good information and good topics within the comment section. So you guys keep coming with the comments. So just slow down so Dimitri could catch up. But I'm going to keep my things brief, very, very, very brief here. The Latino vote in the United States usually runs on a 60-40 split. So about 60% of Latinos vote Democrat, and the other 40 vote Republican. Now, why does the other 40 vote Republican? It's because in most cases, they're business owners. They're going to vote their interests. So even Latinos know, hey, I don't want to pay high taxes. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to open these things. And they're getting help for all of this to get their businesses open and things like that. They get that help. But even then, they know in a capitalist system, I'm going to open a business. It's not advantageous to be a Democrat when the GOP is a little bit more business friendly for some reason, and it's true, So eventually all of those Latinos that the Democrats have let in my opinion, are going to be either split evenly 50-50 or 60-40 in the Republican favor, as they have an entrepreneurial spirit in regards to how they do things. Where is the lie? He didn't say anything that those of us, especially those of us that live on the border states, that don't already know. Again, recently here in California, it has been announced that they are going to allow illegal immigrants to pull out of the Social Security fund. Now, common sense says, how do you pull out of something you never put into? So who is that going to affect? Because right now, the Congress's goal or their solution is to kick the problem down the road, right? We're going to keep kicking this problem down the road so we don't have to worry about it and the next generations do. So if they're going to open up the coffers to illegal Latinos, Ukrainians, Taiwanese Asians and Chinese Asians and stuff like that, what's that going to leave your children? When are we going to start thinking about self? The number one animal instinct on the earth, even insect instinct, is self-preservation. And yet here we are, not even worried about it. Oh, we're going to sit there and fight for them. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, Dimitri did a thing on the African Diaspora News Channel where she showed the CBC's mantra, other marginalized people. But you go to their websites, it's just their people. They're not stepping up for us. They're not doing anything for us. So we've got to start saving ourselves because, again, we know the Democratic Party and the Republican Party both uphold white supremacy. It's just like the good cop and the bad cop. The good cop wants to knock you in the head to get the confession, and then the bad cop wants to do that, knock you in the head to get a confession. Then the good cop is like, hey man, just tell me what's up, and I'll help you, I'll do this, I'll do that, right? But at the end of the game, they're both there to lock you up. So we got to be smarter, and we need to start getting rid of these bootlicks. And it's kind of funny because if you really look at it, what's going on in America, especially at the local level, the grassroots level, these mayors are being exposed, these city council members, the judges. All of this stuff is starting to come out now where people have had enough. And I think that that's a good start, but we still have a long way to go. Self-preservation is number one. So Black people, if we do not unite, we are in trouble. Let's stop with the BS of the Black man versus the Black woman and divesting and all the stupidness. And let's talk about self-preservation.
And hello to everybody that's come on here. I'm going to try to acknowledge everybody. Yeah, and I see a lot of people saying, he's not telling us anything that we don't know and all that. Of course not, but I think the premise is, and why a lot of people are probably sharing it, is because even they know that, right? Even they know, but it's us that continue. And let's not lie to kick it. We're still the majority of Black voters are still going to line up and vote for the Democrats. Let's not lie and pretend that's not going to happen, right? But you got all these people trying to tell us, hey, we see what's going on. We see the Democrats and UZR, but yet y'all keep believing that somehow, somewhere, the Democrats are going to do something differently for you. Oh, you got to vote for the lesser two evils, and Biden he ain't going to do nothing. He said it. Him and Kamala have both said we're not doing anything specifically for Black people. And when we say specifically, we want reparations. They have said that. And we see the writing. It's not even on the wall anymore. Just like in the sky, it's so obvious. We see them doing for everybody else. And anytime we open our mouth as Black Americans and say, well, we'd like a little bit of this, we can't do it. We don't have the money. It's just not in the budget. Because California, that's what they first said when Gavin Newsom tried to back on off of cash payment for reparations, and he got, it handed to him. They will start trying to say, well, we don't know where we'll get the money, but it's like, you see where you're getting the money for $2.6 billion a year to give migrants health care any which way they want it. Now they're talking about they're going to be able to get Social Security insurance and disability, and along with all the other benefits that go with that, they're going to get that. But I saw somebody else say on here, there's people, and Donovan and I were talking about this. They apply and they get denied the first time, but yet they're going to be able to get it. And it's like, let's keep it real. They ain't even supposed to be over here, but they're going to get it. So, of course, we know these things. But as I said, what's disheartening is the majority of Black voters will still go line up to vote for more of what everybody is saying. Hey, are you guys silly or something? Why do y'all vote for a party that's done nothing for you? Will do nothing for you. Why are you guys doing that? So let me see who else came up on.
Wait, real quickly before you do that, Demetria, because a lot of people ask this question. So is sitting on the couch going to change anything by sitting on the couch? Because that's going to be the Democratic shill's talking point when they come back at you guys. So, you guys are intelligent and know how to answer it. But just in case some people, maybe missed that or don't know how to redo that question, Demetria, is that the answer? So how is sitting on the couch going to change the situation?
Well, the sitting on the couch is basically a protest vote for those who want to do it, and saying you will no longer take us for granted. Sitting on the couch means I don't love what the Republicans are doing either. I'm not going to show up to vote for the Democrats again so they could do more of nothing for us and help everybody else. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to abstain. I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to watch the returns, and whatever happens, happens. It's like, let the people who are benefiting from either party, let them fight that out. People benefiting from either party. So that's what the couch means. I'm not going to waste any money to go up to the polls for what? So I can hear, because what we need to realize is Trump can't run again if he wins. Biden can't run again if he wins. So either way, think about it, Black people, we are screwed. Okay. Which is why we need to start doing for self, start organizing, start building. Dr. Claude Anderson is telling us that. Marcus Garvey was telling us that. The Nation of Islam is telling us that. So there's still something we have to do. We cannot continue relying on a party to save us. Y'all got to remember, when they freed us off of those plantations, we became a burden. We were not a benefit to them anymore. And they've been proving that to us ever since. The only time we hear that we're beneficial to them is during election season. And after that, poof, they're gone. Hello, Michael. How you doing? Okay, so let's see who else came on here. Desiree, how you doing? Since I left the Democratic plantation back in 2021. Yep, a lot of people are leaving. Eunice, she says, that's Black people, but especially even it has gone to the point that American people, we are allowing too much to go on and it has to stop. Absolutely. Samaj, how you doing? Says they should play this video in the Black churches. Oh my God. They will lose their minds. Not Massa Joe, Massa, the Democrats love us. Exactly. K Daniel Network, how you doing? Says that's that Black and brown unity Black people be talking about. First, take over your neighborhood, then take your job, then take over your music. Yeah, but we kind of let them, right? DSB, how you doing? Says, hell, they're out of the road now. They can just keep hitting the wall and they just keep kicking it. Okay. Miss Sweets, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Let's see who else came on here. And then I'm going to catch up you guys, not to go over your comments. I love to read every last one of them, but there's so many of y'all just typing away. But Donovan is going to interact with some of y'all in the comments as well. Easy says, plan to replace us. They plan to replace us has been in place from day one. We just have been too busy being entertained, symbolism, integration, etc. We failed to listen to the minister, Dr. Claude Anderson, and others. I should have read your comment, but you're absolutely right. Brina, how you doing? Says, my husband is walking around agreeing with Donovan. Thank you for the wisdom. This old man needs to recover. Laugh out loud. All right, now wake him up, Donovan. Thunder says, could this be considered a version of ethnic cleansing? Yeah, I think so. I would definitely say so. Brother Reggie, how you doing? I hope you're enjoying Japan. I know I kind of miss it. Let's see. Hello, love. He says, how can we unite when we are married out? Yeah, but the other thing too is Black people marry each other more than we marry out. So is it an issue? I wouldn't say it's a large issue, right? We actually marry each other more than we marry everybody else. Does that make any sense? Bernard, how you doing? Says, Black people destroying their own people, sad. He says, I think he meant white man not destroying us. Okay. Well, we know that's not true. We know that's not true at all. But we are taking part in destroying our people to some degree. But let's not forget where that originated from. Because when we were living amongst ourselves in peace, we were not doing that. That was introduced to us. Let's never forget that. Because see, I'm not one of those Black people that run around the internet trying to absolve white supremacy of what they have done to us. Nobody has had a number done on them like Black Americans have. Nobody. So we're never going to let white supremacy off the hook. Do we participate in some of the stuff that we learned? A lot of stuff that we learned from them? Yes, we do. But it started with them, and they're still doing it to us. So anyway, welcome. All right, Alonzo says, the whole country looks like a big money grab for everyone except us. Yeah, everybody's just coming to get, what they can. Mindful Moments says, I ain't fighting for anyone but myself. That's it. I'd rather not vote than vote Republican or Democrat at this point. A lot of people are doing that. Eric, how you doing? He says, I'm extremely pissed off with my ADOS BA family. We should be in the streets and standing on the steps of the White House over this. What the F? Yeah, but there's other things we can do besides standing on the steps of the White House. We can organize and practice group economics and all of that. Barry, how you doing? Says, Latinos control all Kobe Bryant's money. Yeah, that's true. His wife was, Latina. And peace and blessings to you as well, Desiree. Okay, so let's see here. Who else came on here? Brother Terry, how you doing? Says, Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, do for self or suffer the consequences. Absolutely. Reginald, how you doing? Says, Las Vegas here. Trump 2024. Okay, there's a lot of Trump supporters showing up. Where the Biden supporters at? I'm curious. And let's see here. I hope I'm saying this right, but MVS Coke, OMV, I'm sorry about that. It says, all this crap they are doing will backfire. Yeah, hopefully, right? And Khalil, how you doing? Says, Farrakhan said this a long time ago. Oh, yes, absolutely. Nothing new under the sun. And Katrina, how you doing? He says, neither party is offering reparations. The open borders is our problem. Foreigners will be getting tax dollars and we're sitting on the couch. Yeah, but I mean, what else are we to do? Neither one of these parties are really talking about any game changers for us as Black people. So what are we going to show up for? Might as well save you gas money, Brother Samuel, how you doing? And once again, my condolences on the loss of your mother. I know that's not easy. So let me know if there's anything that I can do. There is no words for losing your mom. The first person you ever met, a lot of cases, your best friend, your first friend, and, all of that. So, yeah, just let me know. SS, Easy, how you doing? Says, Republicans are not going to do anything for you. Nobody's saying that they are. They haven't been, right? So, no, we're not oblivious to that. St. Michael of Cigarello, how you doing? He says, the title of this video is an honest statement. Yeah, I don't see what the problem is either, but I guess some people, I don't know. Pete Parkinson, how you doing? Says, I'm sitting on the couch because both sides aren't providing good options. There you go. Sister B, how you doing? Says, all the migrants, quote unquote, know this, especially in Chicago. They are literally at City Hall Council meetings, right? Insulting ADOS and laughing, shaking my head. Yeah, even talking about, you don't deserve any money. It's like, You just got here 2 seconds ago and you telling me what I don't deserve? Well, are they handing out audacity too? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, I just want to make a statement too. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed as a Black man when you see all of this outrage that's going around in the nation, and it's women that are standing up. It's women that are leading these things that are finally, waking up and whatever. I mean, there are some men out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about all things, but in general, all you see really that are really pushing back and very upset are women. And I'm embarrassed as a man because, fellas, we got to get out there and stand up as men, and we're not doing it. We're letting our women do the fighting, which I think is totally ridiculous. Now, I'm not getting into the man-woman thing. What I'm saying is, it would be a little bit more effective if you have men as well as the women speaking and standing up. Who's that super old guy that he's very respected at city council up in Chicago? He always has great things to say, but he's an old man. Where are the young men? Where are the young warriors that are up there speaking? You always see the older people who finally get it, who have always gotten it speaking, and the women. And the women are up there taking the arrows. I mean, fellas, for myself, I'm a little embarrassed.
Absolutely. That somebody wants to know, are you catching the cold or is it allergies or something, Donovan?
No, my AC is just so damn cold. It's tickling my nose. The cold air, it's tickling my nose. So.
Oh, well, lucky you. I don't know. Okay, so let's see here. Let me skip down. I know there's a lot of y'all on here. Y'all are typing away. Let's see who else is on here. It came on here. And Brother Samuel says, freed is different than free. Freed means free from your hand, but not from your control. Okay. And let's see, Easy says, put our differences aside and unify for our survival. I'm with it. I am with it. Bape. You say California is diverse AF. All my schools were mixed. You haven't lived in California. Illegals are biased. That's about it. Yeah. Well, I was born and raised in California, and I would agree with you. Well, when I went to high school, and school was mostly white people. But the high school that I graduated from is now probably mostly Hispanics, if not all, right? But it was a good mix when I was going to school. But
matter of fact, Norte Vista is the alternative school for the pregnant mothers, the teenage mothers. That's where they go in the district. That's cool.
Yeah, and it wasn't like that before. Michael said, Dimitri and Donovan, I don't think that you both of you understand how the tax system works. It's not the entire amount taxed. It's the last dollar earned. Okay, well, nevertheless, if it's the first, the last, the middle, the one that you earned last year, it's our money, regardless of where it comes from. Can we agree on that? It's regardless of where it comes from, we pay taxes, and those tax dollars are going to other people who it should not be going to. So can we agree on that at least? All right. So Lovely, how you doing? It says Trump 2024 says Black folks get every and anything they deserve if they vote for Biden. No argument from me. Common Man, how you doing? Says, yep, they've been trying to tell us that. We've also benefited them during wars. America, get into it. Dimitri K. Okay. Quita, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Beverly, what's going on with you? Let's see who else is here. D, how you doing? Says, we don't need them to tell us anything. We already know, most of us anyway. So yeah, I totally agree with you. We don't need them to do that. But I think we're seeing a lot of people from different communities come out and tell us these things because they're like, what are y'all not seeing that we are seeing? They're like running roughshod. When we say they, we're talking about the Democrats are running roughshod all over Black people. We keep signing up for it. Like, have y'all, I ask this question all the time. Have you ever been kicked in the tailbone? I have been kicked in the tailbone by this little jerk that I went to elementary school with, or actually middle school. For whatever reason, he thought it was a good idea to run around kicking the girls in the tailbone. That mess hurt. And so when I think about that, it's like, I would never line up or sign up for that. But that's what we do with the Democrats. We know they don't mean us any earthly good. And they send out everybody. You can think of all the entertainers, the strippers, and the Democratic shields. Everybody tell us what to do and that Trump is the boogeyman. We're in danger, but they never tell us what are we going to get to do that besides a kick in the tailbone. So it's not that we need to be told by them. I think it's embarrassing that they're saying, we see it. Why don't y'all see it? That's the problem. Like, and we're very intelligent people. Black people are. We've invented almost everything you can think of. But when it comes to politics, we're like, Which way should I go? Stop it. I think that's what they're saying. Sister Shirley, how you doing? Says evening, Demetri and Donovan. Hope all is well. All is well. Simplified accounting. He said it's the couch for me. I know that's right. All right, y'all. I gotta skip down so I can catch up. Blue Red, how you doing? Says, are people gonna vote for Democrats? They always speak that good talk, but come election time, they get scared and vote their destruction. Yeah, because we get freaked out by everybody saying, "Oh, you better do it," or you're gonna, I don't know, be back and change or something. Seek knowledge. How you doing? Says we're not. Why not vote for Dr. Cornel West? He is for reparation is better than sitting on the couch. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. See, he's having a problem.
The only problem with Cornel West is he's an everybody candidate. So yeah, he believes in reparations, but he's an everybody candidate. When everybody's involved, who's the least likely to benefit from an everybody policy? Black people.
Yeah, and Cornel West is having a hard time getting on the ballots to the point of GOP, that Republicans, they're helping him. They're campaigning to get him on ballots. We know why they're doing it. They're like, well, we know if Cornel West can get on the ballot,
votes.
Yeah, and so it's very strategic. It's a good strategy if you ask me. But yes, so he's having a hard time even getting on the ballots because his campaign is broke. They spent most of their money on like advertisements and graphics and stuff like that in the beginning, but his campaign is dead broke. So that's why. Geezy, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says sitting on the couch is not a protest. It's a cop out. Don't waste that vote. Vote for Cornel West. You can do that, but some people will argue it's also wasting a vote because Dr. Cornel West is going to win. So it's like, if you want to vote for him as a protest vote, great. But yeah, if you just don't see sitting on the couch, you want to exercise your right to vote. Yeah, I mean, you can do what you want at the end of the day, right? Arneva says, look for the hidden hand in our wickedness. Absolutely. Thunder says slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, benign, and neglect, mass incarceration, economic deprivation. We survived all of this because we stood tall and fought. We must stand tall and resist this too. I love it. And I totally agree with you. All right, so let's see who else came on here. Denise, it says, it is not that simple. You forget they study us. Their plan been places years in advance. Oh yeah, but it's like we know that, right? So why do we keep falling for that trap? We know that they study us, so why do we keep, like zombies just falling in? Brother Steven says, Demetri, I was denied 3 times for SSI disability. That's some BS. There you go. But yet they're like getting just.
Me too. I've been denied twice, but I'm still going to, go deal with it. But they're going to hand it out like candy to people who didn't even put into it. Sad.
Yep. Brother Quincy, how you doing? Says at least Trump will get the illegals out of here. So we will indirectly benefit from that. Like my grandmother used to say, and better than none. I think you meant anything is better than none. I think that's what you're trying to say. Yeah. So that will actually help us. But I don't, for whatever reason, we don't see it that way. St. Michael, you says, in my opinion, the Democrats really messed up when they started to be totally open about prefacing illegals over their own citizens. Yep, because now everybody besides Black Americans are starting to say, okay, nah, I'm not with that. Damien, how you doing? Says, I see Argentina. Look what happened to the Blacks in Argentina. The playbook has been out. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, Argentina was fascist-leaning. So they are a very fascist-leaning country. So a lot of Germans went there after World War II.
MC007, how you doing? Says should not have went desegregating our communities. That's when we lost control. Yep, I totally agree with you. Let's see here. JJ, how you doing? Says that's why Black America, ADOS, FBA needs to have their own independent party. Stop acting like this is theoretical physics. Okay, and Caitlin, how you doing? Says Black Americans never had not one government policy or legislation that solely benefited us. Immigrants can only make it, quote unquote, in this country with the aid of state, local, and federal government. You're absolutely right. And it's not necessarily the Republicans that's doing it, it's the Democrats that's doing it. They're the ones that saying, hey, if you're a migrant, just come on over and get all there is to get. So,
well, Demetri, is it not true that every legislative bill that has been written in most situations in the House and the Senate that's been detrimental to Black people have been written by Democratic senators and congressmen? It was the Democratic Party that fought against civil rights. For almost 10 years, John Kennedy put a civil rights bill in office, and it didn't get pushed through until 1965, 68, those bills. And it was the Dixiecrats that were fighting. And by the way, Dixiecrat. Wasn't Joe Biden a Dixiecrat as well? I think he was.
Yeah. Red Wine 65, how you doing? Says it don't really matter. The government is broke. Are they? I mean,
see that's a misnomer. That's a misnomer. A government can't be broke when it prints its own money. That's the difference. As long as you can print money that is faith-based, which our money is faith-based, you're never broke. And that's why they keep printing money. They keep printing it. So the United States government will never be broke. The money might be worthless, but we'll never be broke.
Perk, he says, you're not truthful, my man, and I see you making comments. And so I'm sorry, who are you speaking of exactly? And what are you speaking of? And I know I'm behind, which is why I'm trying to catch up. So y'all need to forgive me. Let me try to do that. Alonzo says, Demetri, at this point, our mission have to be self-preservation. The only beneficial promise that's been made is Trump promised to deport. He made that to white people. Yeah, he said that even his first term. Hence why he was, building the wall, which it might have been some racism involved. Let's not lie to kick it, right? But at the end of the day, we were going to get some benefits from that. So, all right. Skylight Heavy, how you doing? It says, how can Mexicans say anything about Black people? They ran from their country. Now they're here against us at all costs. Well, I mean, you think about it. Do you blame them? If you could go somewhere and you get all you could get and be taken care of and get up on your feet, would you go? Sure, you would go. It's the same premise of our communities. Everybody comes to Black neighborhoods, set up shop, whether it's restaurants, it's beauty supplies, it's whatever it is. And we don't push back. We go right up in there. Ooh, there's a new store open up. We're going to go in there and get some chicken and rice. So you can't really blame them from going in there because we fall in line. Now, imagine if we said, well, we don't care if you set up a store in here. We're not shopping there. Get your people to do it. Then they probably wouldn't do it. Same thing with the government. If they were, not welcoming of that, then they wouldn't be over here. So they're going to go where the benefit is. And I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at us for allowing them to do it. So, all right, I got to skip down. H. McDaniel just says, Donovan, these women that are standing up and speaking up mostly likely are strong single mothers. Okay. The ones that don't need a man, I'll let y'all have that conversation. I don't even know what that's in regard.
Wait. But even saying that, what's wrong with that? As long as they're standing up and speaking up for what's right. I don't care if you could be LGBTQ, whatever. If you're speaking truth, you're just speaking truth. What does her status have to do with anything?
Arson, how you doing? It says, hey, D&D, I'm finally not late. He says, now about what I heard you say, I believe the main reason Black people still fall for the Dems is they feel they really must vote, but have no alternative but the blue. Yeah, that's what we have been taught. And Brother Samuel, like I said, if you need anything, just let me know. I know what it's like to lose a mom. Barry says, Black Americans should be tax exempt. I totally agree. Let's see, Sonola Tacos, I hope I said that right, says not Latino, Mexican, Guatemalan, Peruvian, children, etc. And I know I'm behind, so I have no idea what that's in relation to. So please forgive me. Bernard says, Demetri, that workout got you glowing. Oh, well, thank you. You know what? I got a little bit of a tan. I go out on, throughout the week I run. And then on Sundays, I go to this big giant park where a lot of people are and I get my tan. So that's probably what you're seeing. But thank you. Gary, thank you so much for becoming a member. I love and appreciate you for that. Let's see. DJ Charisma, he says, do you all want to know something that is crazy? When Trump was in office, I was about to pay my mortgage 2-3 times a month and be ahead compared to Biden, where I can barely pay it once. Yeah, I believe it. I see and hear a lot of people. Donovan and I, we talked about this on Tuesday. He's a white guy, but I think he's probably speaking for a lot of people. He's a business owner. He says, I can't take care of my daughter and my wife. And he's bawling. He says, I don't know what to do. So that's a lot of people now. The rent is really high. I mean, it's just everywhere you look. I told y'all my insurance is going up in July. It's going up $50. Seems like every 6 months my insurance goes up, and it's like, how you know I got it? It's abuse.
And if you think about it, let's say your auto insurance goes up. It's a law in most states that you have to have insurance. So if you're put in a position where you can't pay it, you are arbitrarily being pushed to break the law.
Right. Yeah, you got to drive it out and then you get a ticket. So it's just like a snowball of nonsense, you know. Callie Singh, how you doing? Says tax dollars used for wealthier welfare. He says KRQE channel and official news just posted fire video with FBI reward offer. Read the comments, every single one saying it's the government doing that. Okay, yeah, I'm not versed on what that is at all, so please forgive me. Gina, you says exactly, Dimitri. That's why they're not even thinking about giving us anything. They're not even talking about it because we are blindly giving them our support, and we're gonna do it again. I mean, I hate to say it, but we are. And how you doing, Reggie? And talking and grubbing media, I like that. How you doing? He says, in my opinion, a lot of us are late to the game. Not a Biden supporter or a Trump supporter either, but we're having a 30-year delayed reaction to 94 crime bill and didn't say nothing when Biden was VP. No argument at all. You are absolutely correct. I think the thing with Biden is he came in under the Trojan horse, Obama. Because Obama was a Trojan horse. We all thought that he was going to come in and he was going to, really do something. And he showed us the first time he wasn't. The second time he really, gave us the double bird. Exactly. And so that's why we didn't really pay attention to Biden. But you're right.
But wasn't it true? And you can go look up clips on YouTube where Biden had said he is running to restore the honor of the United States, and he was going to run on one term because he even realized at that time he was too old to run 2 terms, but he wanted to get back to so-called normalcy. And he had promised that he was going to run 1 term. He actually made those promises in campaign stops. You can look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, Brenda says Black people need to keep their children educated about Black history and present day issues. They need to school them in culture and tradition. This fight is a generational one. You're absolutely right. Judge, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Katrina says Cornell is not offering reparations. Yeah, it's kind of like, is he, isn't he? I heard him say at one point in time, but I don't know. Cornell, I should say, Dr. West, is kind of all over the place. So it's kind of hard to keep up with him. You know what I mean? And that's probably due to him not having any funding. Without funding, he probably can't really pay people to keep him on message. So it's a lot going on there. It's just kind of hard to tell, right?
Well, also a lot going on is Cornel West is 73 years old or something like that. So again, we have a problem with these elder people that should be enjoying their great-grandchildren and walking off into the sunset being elder statesmen and stateswomen.
Absolutely. And CCC, how you doing? It says 296. And I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I know I'm behind. I'm going to try to catch up, you guys. You guys have a lot to say, and I love it. Let's see who else came on here that I did not acknowledge just yet. Common Man. He says, Black men should, and I know I acknowledge you, but I'm just reading the comment. He says, Black men should all vote Republican from now on out. You see a result. Democrats are strictly a Black woman's political party. There should be no Black male Democrats, point blank, period. I'll let y'all talk about that. I see him. He says, I think they're all trying to crash the dollar to start the new world order. Maybe. I don't know. Samuel C. Did I say hello to you if I didn't? Hi. He says, all I got to say is ICE will be on my phone on speed dial. You wildin'. Buckhorse says, we the greatest people, Hebrews that ever lived. Okay.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What do you think, hypothetical, what do you think is going to happen if Trump loses the election in September? Worst case scenario.
If you thought J6 was a doozy. And I'm not like, well, they have called me Nostro Dimitra a few times. I'm not saying I like to predict the future or nothing like that, but I think it would probably be worse. And I could be wrong, and I hope that I am, but I think it'd probably be worse because I think everybody, for the most part, is at their wits' end. But I think the MAGA crowd, they're at their wits' end for a whole host of other reasons, right? Other than their candidate may not win or whatever the case is. But I just think people are like, I just can't see going through another Biden presidency or enduring more of Biden's economy. A lot of people just can't, they cannot. So that's why I think some real funky stuff could jump off. TG, how you doing? So I'm still mad at Biden for the 1993 crime bill. I heard his address on the floor of Congress about that bill. It was full of coded language. The only reason why I voted for him was because of our federal judges. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, in hindsight, just looking at that, it was coded. And if you were really paying attention, it's like, or was it? He was clear, just like with Hillary, of who they were talking about. When he was talking about and I know it's not necessarily that speech. There's a couple other ones. He's talking about his mama getting hit over the head and her purse snatched. Who do you think he was talking about? You think he was talking about his good white neighbors? Y'all know.
And he said he didn't care what the underlying reasons why they were on substance abuse or whatever. He said it does not matter, but yet his children are substance abusers and, all this other stuff. It's just kind of, it's bizarro. It's bizarro.
Right, Trust, how you doing? Says Demetra, stop trying to play a game that does not work for you. We need to change the game. Please tell me which game that is, so I can be clear as to how to answer that. Let's see here. Thunder says, I'm opinion. The best thing, in my opinion, in my opinion, the best thing we could do is get our own house in order. That way, when bad times come, we will not have to lean on our families, friends, and neighbors. Yep. Too much like right though. Jesse, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Fee Funkerson says Trump hates telework and wants to use federal employees as scapegoats. So F him. Okay. Gary says once again we are our own worst enemy. Yep. DSB says the only promise we get from both parties was keeping us at the bottom. You ain't lying. They're both doing a great job at that. Talking in Grubber Media says Latinos are mad. Some of them came here illegally because they're scared they're going to get got by their own people. There may be some truth to that, or there's just a lot of free stuff they can come over and get. Chantel, how you doing? Says no matter who you vote for, you're not getting any reparations. No argument there. H. McDaniel says not voting, but at least Trump gave everyone a stimulus check and a border wall. With Biden, we get more poverty, crime, immigrants, oppression, and used for his own selfish racist reasons. King David, how you doing? Says we need to stop including these strangers. Okay, yeah, we do need to do some gatekeeping. I totally agree with you. Blue Reggie says, well, whether you like it or not, we're going to be asking them for reparations. They're going to be in the government soon. Yeah, we're never going to stop asking for that. Lawrence, thank you so much for becoming a member. I love and appreciate you for that, and welcome. Let's see. Sparkling for Jesus, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Buckhorse says, stay focused, y'all. Yep. Marcella, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Bernard, he says, we claim about immigrants and still spend, I think he meant we cry about immigrants and still spend money with them. That's an oxymoron. Exactly. We could stop that dead in its tracks if we wanted to. Just don't spend money with them and they'll stop coming to set up shop in our neighborhood. But I don't know, maybe it's hard to do. Rico, how you doing? Says that's funny, a Latino telling somebody to wake up. Well, I mean, as he said, I'm not going anywhere. I'll never be replaced. He's right. He won't be replaced. His people are a well-functioning oil machine. They have managed to overpopulate the United States of America. And that was a plan. They said they were going to do that. They said, we're going to take our country back. We're going to take what was taken from us back. And whatever you believe that or not, they have started to do that. So he's right. I don't have to worry about being replaced. He says, y'all do. If you think about it, their numbers are growing and ours are stagnant. Now, I know some people say, well, we got to be more than 14%. But as long as we've been here, we only 14, 16, 15, 17%. Come on. Are we 50? Are we 40? Are we even 30%? Our numbers, like I said, are stagnant. So he's saying something we need to be listening to, whether we like it or not. It's like you don't like the messenger, but what about the message?
And you got to remember that Hispanics stay on code. Even their organizations say we don't need Black people to join with us. As a matter of fact, there was a California Assemblywoman that said that she's in a coalition with the Asians. Hispanics and the Asians in California make up 55% of the population, and they'll be damned if they're going to pay for reparations.
Yeah, and you're starting to see, and how you doing, JB? You're starting to see a lot of Latinos saying, why should they get reparations? We didn't have nothing to do with that. It's like, you just got here. What you talking about? Your people just got here. What are you talking about? How do you think you even have a say so as to what we get? They trying to organize against us. We need to stop this, especially in California. There's going to be a tax burden on us. It's like, but your people ain't a tax burden. Them getting health care and Social Security, that's not a tax burden. But Black people, that's a small percentage of the population in California. We gonna be a burden? Looks like you're a hater to me. And Shirley says, I'm with you, Demetra. I will never let anyone forget. Timothy, how you doing? He says, hello to both of you. Just logged on. Could someone ask Trump, coming from Black news media, if he will provide an anti-Black protection bill and qualified immunity? I didn't hear that question asked. Nah. I think we know that he's not going to do that. But guess what? Biden ain't either. Every president, whether they were Republican or Democrat, going back as far as LBJ and probably even before then, have funded the police more and more. They have not backed away from that. They were like, we're going to make sure that they have what they need. So I don't think Trump is going to be any different. Hell, when he was in office, he did the same thing. So, and let's keep it real. We've heard Trump say, when you put them in a police car, make sure you bump their heads. Ruffle what? So we know he's not. None of them are. Now, Biden did say he does have a George Floyd Justice and Policing Act bill, but on a federal level, though.
But wasn't it Biden that sent the Solicitor General that argued against the Miranda rights being read, that it doesn't have to be mandatory to be read? Wasn't that the Biden administration that did that, to take away a fundamental right that, the police should tell you, you have a right to whatever, and he argued for it to be repealed or taken away?
Yeah, so none of them are going to do anything in regards to, qualified immunity. They are pro-police. It's, Obama, he did the blue alert to let police officers know when you're in danger. When you're in danger, we're going to put off this blue alert to let you know, keep your head on swivel. And it's like, well, what about the Black people that's in danger when they come into contact with the police? Do we get a Black alert or something? No. And that was the first Black president who looked out for the police, but didn't look out for Black people. I'm just putting it out there. See, the Democratic shields, they're not going to tell y'all that. They're not going to tell y'all that. At least over here, we're going to tell you Trump is funky, Biden is funky. But if they're telling you to vote for the lesser two evils and you are logical, then you have to come to the conclusion that is Trump. Or you sit on the couch, or you vote for somebody else. And if you're really feeling froggy, you can write in Kermit the Frog on your ballot just to say you did it. I'm just saying. Hello, Angela. How you doing? Gregory, he says, the guy in Chicano, who cares what anything other have to say? Their hate worse, even more than we ever could be. And we are all on top of all their BS and ready. Yeah, like I said, fine. Let's hate the messenger. But is what he's saying true? See, I'm one of those people, I don't eat meat right now. I'm vegan. But for example purposes, I could chew the meat and spit out the bones. I know how to do that. I'm not saying because he said it that they love us. We know there's no Black and brown unity, but the point is, even there, like, what's wrong with Black people? Why they keep voting for something that ain't for them? That at some point we gotta, start turning red with embarrassment. Like, damn. Back in the day, when a woman's slip was showing, it's like, your slip is showing. Black people, our slip is showing. Pull it up, because everybody sees it. I'm just saying. Abdul, he says, Almighty God never promised a future to America. What time is currency in the BRIC nation is going to prove that time will tell. Trust me. All right, got you. D says, do they think they can really replace us? I don't think so. They have been trying to do this. The energy today won't allow that to happen. It looks like we're done, but something else is happening. I don't know if it really play any question now. I think that we've seen it taking place. Sorry, y'all. I think you can hear me. It's taking place. It's going on as we speak. But that's really up to us. Hey, Kesha, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Facts Not Feelings. What's going on with you? Says peace and love, family. It's a known fact that Black people car insurance is ridiculously high. The insurance companies are colluding to overcharge Blacks no matter which one you go to. For real, I really need to find out that, because I'm not in love. I don't have any bad driving record or any of that kind of stuff. So it's like, what the hell is going on? Common Man says you don't get trans at Demetria. You just start to turn your natural trans. Tan. You said tan. That sounds like what? Let me start over. You don't get tan. He says, Dimitri, you just start to turn your natural melanated color. If you got a tan, your skin would peel. That's just how it works, Dimitri K. Well, that's a sunburn. I've been sunburned and I peeled, but I did get a little bit darker today. See, when I was in California, this is my natural color because it's sunny all the time, but being here, not so much. I mean, it's sunny, but it's not, and I don't go outside much. Steven says, no, they're going to blindly vote for the evil Democrats, not me. You have a lot of people are agreeing with you. Johnny says Biden kept his word. He wasn't going to do anything for Black folks, and he did it, and is still doing it. Judge says, what's the difference between one old white boy and another white boy? I'll let you tell me. Easy says the New World Order in full swing. DSB says, let's not talking my language, cut the checks, or get the hell out of my way. Vote for sale. Yes, indeed. And no drama. How you doing? Says exactly. Who else came on here? Y'all are going in. Not to ignore. I'm not ignoring y'all. Just got to get down to the bottom because I see we're still having like a 10-minute ago conversation. And I want to be relevant. Let's see who else has something to say that I have not seen. Kesha, you say, we have to support the few candidates that actually support us. We have to start building them up over years like everyone else does. We have to give up on trying to get immediate satisfaction. Totally agree. It's not going to happen overnight unless a miracle happens, right? It is going to be like a work in progress. And K. Daniel says America is finished and Black America is finished. Oh, I hope not. Katrina says, I believe if Trump wins, they better double up on Secret Service. Trump is in danger. Uh-oh. All right, so let me for real skip down. Asha, how you doing? Long time no see. Says, did y'all hear that Valentina woman? Yes, we heard her. I got you, Donovan. Let's see. Undisputed Truth, how you doing? Says, vote Trump, save Black America. And Black America says, Black people trying to get rid of these workers who pick fruit and vegetables. Really? ARE Radio, how you doing? Says, as far as I'm concerned, all these buffer class collaborators groups is just as guilty as the occupier. I mean, yeah, but as I said, are you going to turn down free money, free housing, benefits? Would you turn that down? I mean, come on, let's keep it real. You wouldn't turn that down. Most of us can't even walk past the free food in Sam's Club without turning it down. So I ain't going to turn down some benefits. I let's be real here, you know? Sister B says, could have sworn I heard Cornel West speak a few months ago about a program for Native Americans. I really just don't trust him to all lives matter, quote unquote. I hear any more brothers and sisters talk. Yeah, he said too, I'm running to give my disenfranchised Trump brothers and sisters a choice to vote for. So it's like, Cornel West is kind of all over the place. I think that's kind of the issue. Zenobia, how you doing? He says, we should have kept what should have kept us from voting for Biden in the first place was if you don't vote for me, you ain't Black, because we ain't. That was always a derogatory term and we accepted it. Peace, y'all. Yeah, those that vote for him did. Gwen, how you doing? Says, you will get reparations if you fight for that's the problem. Black people don't want to fight for nothing. They want to be given something. I co-sign that 100%. His ghetto point of view, how you doing? Says, the soft glove touch Hunter Biden gets over his crimes is a clear example of rules for thee and not for we. Totally. We the people says, Black first. Well, they're considering direct cash payments to Black people in Illinois, Evanston. Some of them have gotten it, but people who are not Black are suing, saying, what about us? So really don't want you to have that either. Lawrence, you say unity. We need it. Absolutely. Facts Not Feelings says, Black people, there's a big war coming, and it's not the civil war in U.S. like many think will happen after the elections. And yes, the draft or something that looks like a draft seat to be on the horizon. Well, yeah, they're signing people up. They said it's going to be automatic.
Yeah, but here's the question. Is the Black community ready? Only in the Black community do they have, well, they have it in a few other communities, but mostly in the Black community do they have turn in your weapon sales. The whole point of the Second Amendment was to control the government, to protect yourself against the government. If you don't have anything to do it and they bust through your door, what are you going to do? That's why I'm so adamant about our women who are leading their families. The question is, ladies, do you guys have a weapon to protect yourselves? Forget the male, female. I don't care about that. The thing is, can you protect your family? So what you need to do, I'm sorry, your dad is 15 minutes away. Your boyfriend is about 20 minutes away. It only takes a couple of seconds for an encounter to happen. Can you protect your family? If you're going to be a head of household, you've got to have a way to protect your family.
Absolutely. Callie Singh, he says, U.S. lifestyle moving up and over nations, other nations has been deemed oppressive by the world government. U.S. dollar crash in the beginning is the beginning of world equity. U.S. has already began paying, do you mean genocide or ectocide? Is that what that is? Reparations?
Yeah, it's ecocide reparations. So it's more money, like the people who were disenfranchised. It's more ecocide. I've heard of that. I'm not really versed in it, but I heard of that term.
Gotcha. You know more than I do. So I learn something new every day. I'm in purgatory to the Most High. Come, how you doing? It says nothing I was taken from Mexicans. Everything was given to them. It's a handover, not take over. Yeah. But again, would you say no to that? You wouldn't say no to that if you knew you can go to a place and I mean, America, for a lot of people, is like that pot at the end of the rainbow. Would you agree with that? At the end of the rainbow, there's the pot of gold, and we can get as much as we want. So that's what it is. So I'm not mad.
We don't have to go through all the paperwork. All we got to do is get there, and they're going to give us all of this.
Exactly. Yeah, average logical thinker, how you doing? Says the only solution is for us to unify. Otherwise, we will remain where we are at the bottom. And then what happens when we're at the bottom for too long, right? And Kesha, says some Latinos also say that they should be included in reparations. Yep, I'm starting to see that. I am starting to see a lot of them say that. So absolutely. Black America says our numbers are not going higher because of the women aren't working for the families anymore. Okay. Let me skip down. I am so sorry. Oh, Asha, you say, what about the 2025 plan? I'm bad. I have not read it yet. That's why I said I cannot offer an opinion. I've heard other people say things. I'm going to read it. Okay. Trust me, I am going to read it. Just haven't been in a reading frame of mind lately. For some reason, it's weird. It's never kind of been that way. So I'm not going to force it because I won't retain the information, but I'm going to read it. Trust me. Akiva, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says, hello, love. Where in the state of California are these parties? And I'm sorry, what parties are you talking about? Like I said, I'm behind, so forgive me. Eunice says, if Trump got held accountable for the wrong that he so called it, it says Biden should be in trouble as well. He aided them in committing federal crime. Thunder says, at this moment, I'm looking at the sofa or casting an empty ballot just to show I came all the way up to there to stand in line and said, I see nothing I want. Yeah, if you don't see anything you want, it's okay to leave. Alonzo says, well, the truth is that those people feel like they're taking their country back. It actually belonged to us before it belonged to Europeans. That's why I said, depending on what you believe, but that's what they believe. They believe it was theirs, especially certain territories in the United States was taken from them. And they're like, we're going to take it back. And the best way to do that is to populate and to overpopulate in a lot of cases. And that's what they're doing. But in our communities, they talk about Planned Parenthood and all that other stuff, right? So they're not falling for that. We are. Okay, so let's see. Joanne, he says, keep voting for your enslavers on either side. Wake up, Black people. Absolutely. Reality with GP, how you doing? It's a little late because I got back from the gym, was good. I'm glad you had a great workout. I had a great workout this morning too. Soto says, I don't get these will Trump save us questions. How can you live in a country and ask will white supremacy save Black people? Good point. Good point. I see your comments. I'm just going to skip on down. Brina says, do you think Trump could get away with giving the police immunity. I think Trump would probably get his people to believe and buy anything that he wants them to. I think he could.
And you got to remember, he can only give immunity if that's the case on a federal level. He has no jurisdiction on the states and individual police departments.
Correct. Just like Biden. Undisputed Truth says Biden said Black Americans have to learn to take orders and work with Latinos. He said that out of his own mouth, whether you want to believe it or not. He did say that. Feet Funker Senior says still doesn't take away from the fact that the ones in charge specifically target us. They're looking to sabotage us. They don't look to sabotage other group, right? Because if we unify, everybody else is in trouble. Everybody else makes money from Black people. If we wake up and get in our right minds, hell, that's even true for the Black church. They don't teach you the truth of who you are, knowledge and stuff. They don't do that. They keep telling you, by and by, there's pie in the sky. And all you got to do is just keep. See that if you wake up, they know you ain't going to be sitting in those pews anymore. So they make money off of our ignorance. So that's why they target us to keep us asleep. I hate to bring this up because Lord knows I'm not trying to set off a beehive. Donovan, how long we got?
We got 20 minutes.
So y'all know there's this little, I don't know, it's still a rap beef that's going on with Kendrick Lamar. It's kind of the remnants of it and Drake. And every time I see that, I'm like, golly, that's all it takes is to distract Black people. It's low-hanging fruit. So,
well, Demetria, let me ask you this. You're an old school hip hop head. There was a very influential album that came out in about 1988, 87, 88 called Fight the Power, but the name of the album was Fear of a Black Planet. Public Enemy. I mean, they were, and it was basically, if you listen to the album, a lot of what Chuck D was saying in the album and the rest, Professor X and, Professor Griff and all these people were saying in the album was the unification of Black people. And that's what they fear the most.
Yep. PE was the very first concert that I've ever gone to. My dad was on post, if you will, doing security for them when they actually went to San Bernardino. And so I got to meet them all and all that. It was so amazing. That was a great time in music. It's when, consciousness was in music and Black people were, proud again, I would say, to be Black. Because, of course, we know the 60s movement where people were Black and proud. And then you had PE that ushered in the conscious, music and all that other stuff. So, that was my first concert that I ever went to. So it was epic. Timothy, thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you for that. He says, if that's the case, why are Blacks voting for Trump? Just to send immigrants back to get them out of Black communities, the economy, reason votes matter. I mean, I agree. But I think if you have to try to find a bright spot, no pun intended with your last name, a bright spot, I mean, that's going to help us by closing those borders. As far as having them in our community, that's up to us. We don't have to shop there. In any Black neighborhood, do you see Asians or Arabs or Indians or Hispanics? Do you see they people crossing over and coming to their own stores? They don't even shop at their own stores. I was telling my daughter that the other day. I said, at these China buffets and all these other things, these crab shack houses, I said, do they people eat there? I said, I guarantee you won't see a whole bunch of their people in there, but you see our people or other people. So we could shut that down. Well, we're just not going to shut. Yeah, you could, city council, city planning committee, they let you build that, chicken and rice house in here. We ain't going to buy it. You won't be here long if you depending on Black dollar. See, that part is up to us. So absolutely. Let's see here. Brenda said, here we go. I'm just glossing over. Earl, how you doing? It says, no voting for either party, two sides of the same coin for Black people. You better preach. Common Man said it's always been like that. And I apologize. I know we're behind. In the comments, and Desmond, how you doing? Says, answer the question. I'm sorry, what question is that? Because again, we are behind. Jay, good bar, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Lauren, she says, then people got both feet on our neck trying to erase us. Yeah, and we could shake them off if we really wanted to. Miss Sweets, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. MCU says Black people need to become swing voters. Yeah, I'm nonpartisan. Go either way, right? I'm not a swinger, but I can swing vote. Abdul says, I repeat, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, H. Rap Brown said, anything that you don't control can be used against you as a weapon, and we don't control nothing in the system or in this country. Yep, I agree with you. D says, yes, stuff like that already built up. You're right, Demetria. We get our nails done by Asians, buy all the hair. Black women support others more than anyone. Stop it. So there you go. We can control that. That is within our control. Judge says, as much as we don't like to hear no politician can do anything and win election, they are telling the truth. Yep. And Maya, he says, Donovan and Demetria, why haven't the farmers automated to reduce human labor?
Well, I would think the reason why, in general, computers can't pick up like most of the profit. A good portion of the profit would be lost if it was all like robots. There's nothing better than human people. Even though like the cotton gin was invented, it still wasn't a perfect thing, and they still needed the people to pick the individual cotton to put it in there. So I think human labor is still the best option to make sure you get most of the profit and you don't waste a lot of the fruits and whatever else you're picking. Robots can't do it.
Yeah, I'd imagine they'd be like, but they probably could, because they can do surgeries and stuff like, eye surgeries and real delicate things. So they probably could, but
yeah, but I'm talking about like on a farm, they're going to miss. It's like if you went to the potatoes and just want to do a quick sweep, there's going to be potatoes left,
Right. Dark Times, how you doing? Says, if the Democrats win, our people are in for a rude awakening. Is over. Yeah, and it might be true for the Republicans as well. But we can minimize the effect on both of that from both parties if we just organize. We are all we have. So yeah. John, he says the 1993 crime bill should have stopped you from voting for President Biden. No arguments there. No arguments at all. Timothy, thank you once again. Love and appreciate you for that. Says Black media put this out. Let's go to the Senate, Capitol, White House, and all 50 states telling them what we want, like January 6th people or hold signs. Yeah, we can, but we should, like you said, we should be doing that anyway, even if that's a city council, because that's where it has the biggest effect on us, I think, as individuals, is your local elections. Or, like you said, state capital's fine, but how about the city council? They make the decisions as to who's going in your neighborhoods, what they will do, where they're going to put the money. You might have a city council person that's representing your district, but he or she is not representing the whole district. They're only representing the district where the money is, right? Because we know there's good parts of the district and then there's bad parts, and then the bad parts stay bad, and the good parts is like, well, is it even part of the same district? Because it looks totally different. It operates a lot differently. So I agree with you. But start going to those city council meetings and say, nah. Go to the city planning meetings. Nah, we don't need another Popeye's chicken in our neighborhood. We got 13 of them already, okay? We need some grocery stores up in this mug. But I agree with you. Katrina says, Black people are against guns by voting Democrats. Yeah, they want us to, your two-way rights. I would say Republicans are, from my cold, dead hands, right? Charlton Heston. Corey says, it don't come together. If we don't come together, I think it meant Black people will never make it. We have to. We don't have a choice. Your average logical thing is that I'm about to buy a hatchet. I hope you really accurate.
She better go get her small arms training card and make sure she still qualifies for expert.
Yeah, you better not miss. Got you, Donovan. Got you. Okay, so let's see here. We got about 10 more minutes, y'all. So let me get down to the bottom of the comments. Asha says, why do they bring up Gaza when they're talking about issues that concern us? So when you say they, you talk about the Democrats, like who?
Yeah, Democrats, AOC. It like if there's a rally for Black people, they bring up Gaza or other issues, Israel or Hamas or whatever the deal is. It's like, is this supposed to be a Black rally? Why are you bringing up those people?
Oh,
But they want to get us. They want to get us emotional in regards to helping everybody else rather than helping ourselves.
Right. Kiki says it's interesting that every time Black people ask for something, here comes others asking, what about us? When Asians asked for the protection bill, you didn't hear any pushback. They got support. But every time it's about us asking other people have to be included, just makes me clearly see that they fear Black people being economically free of them because we're the buffet table everyone eats from. Without us, a lot of people will starve, whites, Asians, Latino, etc. You better tell them again. It's absolutely right. But then now we get mad because this Latino man is telling us that, like, yo, what's wrong with y'all? Wake up. And then we're mad because we don't like the messenger, but the message is spot on. Spot on. He doesn't benefit from telling us that. Like you said, I don't have to worry about being replaced, but y'all do. They
Who you to talk to us like that? You ain't my daddy. You can't tell me nothing. You ain't, what do you know about what's going on? You're just a Latino. I'm a Black person. I've been here all my life. We suffered. We did the civil rights movement. We did all this other stuff. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clap back at a man that's telling us the damn truth. Sometimes, folks, you don't need to respond. Like Demetri has learned. Just say, okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, I'm one of those people, I like to get information from everywhere, even some people I don't like. Because because I don't like them, they, might be saying some good stuff. Like, I don't always like Donovan, but he says some good stuff a lot. I'm just kidding. Got you, huh? Touche. Hey, Susan, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Brother Reggie says, I'm not wasting my yen on mailing in it. Right, because you in Japan, mailing in the absentee ballot, sitting this joint out too. There you go. Samaj says, I live in Canada. I've heard Mexicans brag about how they will reconquer old territories. Yeah, it's not a new conversation. They've been saying that. DSB says, I don't take orders from trash. Okay. Gina, he says, please let's stop mentioning the Latin community. This is about us. It's so sweet for them now, but we know this country, it won't be for long. Well, I agree with you. Mike, how you doing? If I didn't already, how you doing? He says, Black folks are woke now. This is about these folks' low birth rate. Yep. Thank you, Corey. I love it. Appreciate you for that donation. Thank you. Thank you. Susie says, I'm wondering how a felon has a plane and can't fly nowhere because you're a felon. And who? You talking about Trump?
He's talking about Trump. Yeah. Well, it's his private plane. I mean, they haven't taken his passport, and they're not going to. Let's face it, you guys. We are all aware there's a two-tier system of justice here in the United States. We just know that, and we accept it.
Yep. Okay, so let me see who else came on here. Tito, did I say hello to you? Oh my God, I'm so behind the comments. Is ridiculous. Terry, thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you for that. Says Cotton was king, not the couch. Now the couch is king. 2024, no fear. Yep. You know what though? I didn't realize how upset the Democrats and the Democratic shills are about that couch. They are upset. That's foolishness. That's what Al Sharpton told me is foolishness. Sitting on the couch. Many of our people died for the right to vote. As Dr. Claude Anderson said, they didn't give their life. It was taken from them, So shouldn't we be going to get something for that vote? To keep saying that our people died for the right to vote is like, that's partially true. They died for us to get something for the vote. Tell the whole story. Not just show up, I voted, here's my sticker. Now I'm going to go home and get kicked in the tailbone again for the next 4 years. It's not what they were doing. Judge says, then we got a thug life rap. Oh, like I said, I surely am not trying to start the conversation, but we are distracted people. Pop, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Lauren says, but Kendrick Lamar concert in California, he brought the black gangs together with no Mexicans allowed. See, that's some BS right there because there was some Mexicans. Yeah, there was some Mexicans on the stage. Y'all see, I watched it. Matter of fact, when I got off of here, it was on Amazon Prime. Me and my daughter, we love Kendrick Lamar. We love Drake too. Whatever the case is. But they had a Latino up there as a Mexican, a whole Mexican throwing the N-word. Oh, Jeezy. He's a Mexican, and he's up there using the N-word. And I'm like, but Drake can't use the N-word. He a black man. He can't use it. But this, Mexican cat, who people are saying, he get a pass or whatever. He could say it. And if you looked in that crowd, you didn't hardly see no black people, some black people, but you saw Asians, whites, and Hispanics at a concert that's supposed to be, it was Kendrick and friends, but the crux of the concert was him clapping back at Drake and everybody using the N-word 11 times. Kendrick Lamar even stopped and paused so they could say the N-word. Now, when I say they, it was a whole audience full of people who did not look like us. Ain't that what it said? Not like us. So he up there talking to a lot of people that was they not like us's. But again, that's a distraction. Like, we got real live gangster stuff to be worried about, other than rappers that are gonna get their money regardless of what we got going on. They're gonna get their money. See what I'm saying? So D says nothing is free, not even them. They gon' F around and find out over the Indian giver America. I agree with you. Black America says, Miss D, we don't have clothing stores, grocery stores. Black businesses is 2 or 3% most. How should people go without for a pro-black agenda? We could get it. We did it once before. We had the Black Wall Streets and your Allentowns and your Rosewoods and your Slocums. We had it all. So to say where we gonna get it from, where was our people getting it from when they was fresh out those plantations with no food in their stomachs, no clothes on their backs, no shoes on their feet? How did they get it? We sit up here with computers. Yeah, I said computers. We got phones. We got a roof over our head. We may not always have what we want to eat, but we got something to eat. We got food in our stomachs. We able to make decisions. And we talking about how we gonna do that. Hell, my dad said we are descendants of pyramid builders. What you mean? How we gonna do that? We done built a whole lot of stuff, and all of a sudden we stuck. How we gonna get some grocery stores like we used to do? That's how, when we were unified. I hope that helps. Easy says, nah, D, they load our people up with all that MSG food. I want to make a little small point of correction. We load ourselves up with that because we ain't got to go in there. We know what's up in that food, but we don't care. It's cheap. We go get it. Got you, Donovan. Donovan says it's time. All right, let me get down to the bottom of the comment section. Common Man says Black Americans must learn to import and export our goods and services. We as people must stop depending on white America for what we need, i.e. import cars made in Africa so we can sell them to us. I agree. There's cars in Africa. And Kesha says exactly, Demetria. Their own people do not come into Black neighborhoods and patronize their own people. We need to ask why. Why y'all ain't eating at your own people's places? Enlighten, how you doing? Says the ecocide rather, says reparations is the countries of the South that have been harmed ecologically by the population of Western cultures and industrialization, and they want reparations for that harm. Got you. Learn something new every day. Every day. All right, let me go down. Drew, how you doing? Says vote for Biden 2024, not the felon. I ain't gonna do that. You're free to do whatever you want. I just know I ain't gonna do that. Avenged Ancestors, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you for that. It says revolution is our solution. Yep. And unity, we got to. Pop says, I'm proud to live in an egg roll free household. Linda, how you doing? It's wrong with you. Samuel, how you doing? Says no one should be surprised or upset. Biden stated that his priorities are the illegals. He did. He said, y'all better get on board. Susan says Trump's ego got the better of him from The Apprentice. That was the start of the cover-up. I think Trump has always been that way, to be honest with you. King Shaw, how you doing? Says, I want to challenge Roland to a steel cage match with no way out, and I want to beat up. Wow. Roland and take away all of his fast food privileges, his YouTube channel if he loses. I think you might lose that one. He ain't gonna let you take away his grandma cookies that he was gonna boycott PepsiCo over. B Baker, how you doing? Says learn to speak Espanol. Yeah, in a lot of cases you have to if you want to get a job. Michael says, Demetria, have you signed the reparation petition? Cannot say that. I signed one a long time ago. You said you have one. If you sent it to me, I will look and see. All right, I'm going down because I know Donovan is like, you don't listen. Black America says, Miss D, did you grow up in a black community, a gang hood, or around white people? Both. Both. What's your point? Just asking. Pop, you always with the stuff. Always. Let's see. DJ PD, I didn't say a verbal hello to you. I hope you're doing well. He says, I'm only thinking about my black people. Call me selfish. Now, that's not selfish. It's just the way it is. Shiloh, how you doing? It says rhetorical. Who exactly are the people getting mad about the messenger? Once we identify that group, then we identify the problem in the black community. Anyone else has the answers? You know who they are. Robert says they flee from their country and then they tell us how to live. Really? That's what they're trying to do? Yep. And Trenton Makes, how you doing? Thank you so much for the super sticker, love it. Appreciate you for that. I appreciate everybody who's come on here. Y'all know we about to get out of here because, you know, we try to shorten it up so y'all can go do other stuff. Tia, to you, how you doing? Says, I say move like it's your land. Very good. And Steven says, you two are solid. Shout out to SBC Nation. And thank you for that. Brother Timothy, once again, thank you for the donation. Love it. Appreciate you. He says, Black preachers pray for Biden shields. Help them folks. Yeah, and we have some, preachers on the Republican side as well, trying to help Trump. Andrea, how you doing? Say exactly. I think I'm getting to the bottom. Michael, he says, May, my belly full. Okay. Judge says the best thing people could do is leave me alone if they know what's good for them. Oh, really? How you doing? Says, do you think of people, mostly men, who push to take their seed and spread it to others, care about being racially eliminated? I'm just gonna keep reading. Dr. Carpy, the Dr. Carpy, how you doing? It says, just wanted to like the video. Black unity means these groups are both invested in Black misery. You better believe it. And welcome. Shiloh, thank you once again for the super sticker. Thank you. Joey, how you doing? Says, I remember back in the days, everyone was against Diamond and Silk because they was Trump supporters. Today, now we are rooting for Trump. Yeah, Diamond and Silk was doing a little too much, and I don't know if it was Diamond or Silk, but they went on to glory, so RIP to her. Yeah, they was just doing a lot. It was kind of hard to listen to. They was tripping, okay? I expected them to say, oh, that made me lightheaded to even be doing any of that. I don't know how they did it for a whole hour. Amazing. All right. I'm going, Donovan. I'm going.
Didn't one of the sisters die?
Yeah, that's what I said. They went up to glory. They did. And then Trump, at the funeral, he told the one that was alive, he says, I don't think I've ever met you. The way I would have snatched his toupee off, all that shucking and bucking I've been doing for you, and you talking about you don't remember me. It's a copious amount of pictures of you hugged up with us both. And
right, in the White House. They're hugged up on him. Yep.
I'd have swung on them. I would have. The CIA would have bomb rushed me, but I'd have swung on them nevertheless. My sister laid up in this casket, and you don't remember me. JJ says Lil Wayne concerts use N-word in front of a lot of white concert goers. Yeah, I mean, so it's like people talk about Kendrick Lamar's "They Not Like Us." The new Juneteenth song is like, okay. Am I getting to the bottom? My God, you guys are going in. Root man, how you doing? Says, what's the difference in voting the couch and white supremacy preventing you from voting? All right, you're gonna get the same results. Model car.
Yeah, but the thing is, please show me in the modern age where white supremacy is stopping you from voting. Everybody has a driver's license. Everybody has some kind of government ID. So how is white supremacy preventing you from voting in the modern age?
It's not. I mean, like I said all the time, we voting, but we ain't voting right. We vote for the wrong stuff. So what good is voter rights if you're voting wrong? Bobby Sway, how you doing? Says, if we were free, why did we not go back home? Well, they were talking about doing that, but then I think they feel like they being white supremacy. Oh no, we could use them. Let's do these black codes and these all these Jim Crow stuff, and we can get them back on the plantation that is up and running today, right?
Right, and you also got to remember we were brought here. Of course, you guys know this. We're the only group of people that was brought here against our will. We didn't willingly migrate here. We didn't say, hey, let's go to America. And also, if you look at all the groups, we're the only group or where our identity and our culture was stripped from us. Show me another group where their religion was stripped from them, their identity, everything that they would know about how to get back home and whatever, that is here. That describes Black people. So when you go through something horrific like that, it's almost like having amnesia or Stockholm syndrome, where, you know, they put you in a box to where, you know, you can't do that. And so I even had a friend, I was explaining that, and they had never thought about it that way. I said, when you came to this country, did they tell you you have to speak nothing but English? No, they didn't tell you that. Matter of fact, they're writing stuff down in your language. They're doing all of this stuff. You could go to the UHF channels, and they've got Korean programs, Mexican programs, Ukrainian programs, whatever. Ain't no Black programs. You go to the grocery store, you have the Asian area, you have the Mexican area, you have the whatever seasonless soup area for the Europeans. Where's the Black area? We're the only group that's actually happened to.
Hey, more threads, how you doing? I saw this video on your page on Instagram, and I gave you a shout out at the beginning. So thank you for the inspiration for that video. You say, hey, super late tuning in. I had to pack orders. What did I miss? Kind of a whole conversation. I'm actually supposed to have been out of here like 5 minutes ago. Donovan gave me the all right, it's time to go. So but I will be back here on Tuesday. Kenneth, how you doing? Says, damn it. It says I was at work. Good evening, my brothers and sisters. Good evening to you as well. I don't want to leave out here and not acknowledge everybody that came on. Y'all just gonna keep typing, huh? Y'all just gonna keep typing. In South Carolina bread, how you doing? It says a big who that? Hello, Blacks need to stop collaborating with the enemy for financial gain. I agree with you on that one. TEW, how you doing? Says it's the same old talking points every election cycle. No, ain't nobody stopping us Black folks from voting. Nope. Celia Trey, how you doing? Where have you been? Says I came here for the. Oh, well, thank you.
But real quick before we go, you guys, this is the most pivotal election of your lifetime. You have to vote. You've got to get out there and make a decision because it's going to affect your life. Vote or die.
I think I got a little scared. Just a little bit.
But how many times have they said that? They've said that every election cycle since Bill Clinton.
It's the most pivotal election of our lifetimes. Like, again, Rigo the Aboriginal, how you doing? Says, if you vote, you're on the plantation. It's never going to work. I mean, it ain't so far. Not going to disagree with you at all. And Petey, how you doing? Let's see. Darren, how you doing? Says, it's a Black planet. We are home. Okay, got you. I think I'm at the bottom, Donovan. Almost. Maybe. No. I'm going Bed-Stuy. How you doing? BK Bed-Stuy says, our people don't want grocery stores. They want to be, what? Julio Folio. I don't know if all of us want to be that. Easy says, D, this new time of X is not cool. We need more time. Crystal, how you doing? I'm just saying, I know there's a lot of people with a lot of stuff on YouTube and stuff. Y'all got to admit to Donovan and I, we do this 3 times a week. So being on here 2 and 3 hours is like, golly, you know? So we want to be respectful of you guys' time more than anything. And, you know, Donovan is a busy man. He's always got stuff to do, you know? So it's his fault. It's not mine.
Yeah, I got it. Look, it's Sunday. I got to go support some single mothers at the club.
Anyway, yes, Andrew, it's scare tactics, but we love and appreciate y'all. We're gonna get out of here. We've been an hour and a half, so I think that's good. So anyway, we'll be back here Tuesday. I don't know what we'll talk about, but I'm sure it'll be fun. So in the meantime, you guys have a great time, day or whatever. Stay cool. Thank you guys for everything that you do to make this channel what it is, whether you donate, you like, subscribe, you commented, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. We cannot do this show without you. Donovan, thank you so much. I cannot do this show without you as well. In the meantime, hey, old school, how you doing? We will see y'all later. Peace. Jamar, how you doing? I see people coming on here. YOLO, what's going on with you? People's comment right and when we get ready to leave. Latanya, if LA Tanya, if I did not say hello, how you doing? All right, I'm out of here for real. Peace.